Okay, so we're at the point where we're probably getting a lot of alerts in our email, Slack, Telegram, or any other media type you've set up. So depending on how sensitive your triggers are, you may be getting a lot of alerts. That may be because of alert flapping. And that is a trigger detecting a problem and resolving, and then detecting a problem again really quickly and resolving. And that could be because the tolerance is set up too sensitive. So anyway, in this video, we'll go through some of the ways we can manage triggers to minimize alert flapping if that's happening for you. So just to get started, I'm going to set up my Windows Basic into an extreme case of alert flapping. Okay, so I'm in Zabbix, configuration templates. I'm going to my Windows Basic template there. I'm going to go to the trigger that it has. I've got no data for 120 seconds. I'm going to set that to 30. Right, that is below the update interval of the agent ping item there. Agent ping item is set as 1 minute. Show that in a sec. So 30-second trigger expression is going to happen at least once a minute. So this trigger will begin to flap. Okay, so I'm just going to update that. And just to show you the item, Zabbix agent ping down there, interval of 1 minute. So, and my trigger is checking every 30 seconds. So it's going to happen once a minute. There's going to be a problem, resolution, problem, resolution. Okay, so now if we go into monitoring problems, we should start to see flapping. So right now it's saying resolved. Okay, so I've had that running for a few minutes and we can see that it's just problem resolved. That will be resolved in a moment. Okay, so this is a worst case scenario and it's self-inflicted. I'm just going to put that back to being 120 seconds. So 120 seconds or 2 minutes if I wanted to. Okay, so don't have your tolerances too sensitive, such as 2 minutes is quite sensitive still, but it's actually okay in my case. But even so, I don't even need this particular trigger running on my Windows hosts, especially the laptop, because they are both constantly in use and they're not in use throughout the day. And I don't really want to get alerts for every single one of those. So I can go into each of the hosts, for example, my SB code desktop there, triggers, and I can disable that particular trigger here at the host level. So disable, okay. That's one way of turning off alerts for a particular host that may be just generating too many errors. Or if I just turn that back on, if I wanted to manage that globally across the template, I could go to the Windows Basic template and just disable it there for all hosts. Okay. That's another way of doing it. If you look at the supplied templates, such as the Linux Active template, and we look at the triggers there, there are many triggers there. None of these are disasters, so I'm not going to get any alerts for those. But you may have set up your users' media to be getting alerts for different kinds of severities if you wanted to. But then again, you'd be getting so many alerts. So another way to manage that is here, by ensuring you only get the alerts for the particular severity that you're interested in, or reclassifying your trigger's severity. For example, templates, active triggers. For example, if I was getting alerts for average and this one here, and I no longer wanted to get an alert for this particular trigger, I could put that into warning, and maybe I wasn't getting alerts for warnings. Okay, so that's how you might manage your alerts. Just put them into a severity where you're not getting alerts, such as information maybe. As you know, you can manage that here in your user level media settings here. For example, Slack, I can say, give me everything for everything the system knows about. I'm not going to do that. Cancel that. Anyway, going back to the Windows Basic template. So configuration templates, basic triggers, no data for 120 seconds. We have this OK event generation. So we can control what it decides as suddenly OK after there's a problem. So by default, it's going to be the reverse of that. And that is what expression is doing there when it's selected like that. So behind the scenes, without actually showing us, that OK event generation expression there is running that expression, but looking for 0. So that means no problem. So agent ping for the last 2 minutes equals no problem, then the problem has been resolved. You could also manually write the recovery expression if you didn't want the default. We then get an expression editor for us. We can just copy and paste that into there and we can set that just like that. And that's exactly the same as having expression selected. But writing it manually like this gives us extra options. I could say only recover if it's been okay for 5 minutes. Now that's going to slow down the rate of flapping quite a lot. So for example here, if I put that back to 30 seconds, that would trigger a problem almost straight away. But it would only re-trigger the problem if it was okay for 5 minutes. But anyway, I'm not going to do that. That's one option you have. You can also check a different property if you like. So it's okay only if, say, another particular item matched, but that's getting a little more complicated now. I've never done anything more complicated than what I'm just describing now. Another option you have is there's no recovery option. So you get the one problem alert and it will stay in the problem state forever. And the only way you can resolve it would be ticking this box here, allow manual close. And then the user could go into monitoring problems and acknowledge and close the problem. And then 30 seconds or 2 minutes later, the problem may occur again. And then you'd have to manually fix it again. So that's another option you got there. Okay, now problem event generation mode. Single is the default, and this is probably what you want. If you put multiple, it's going to send out an alert every time the problem was detected, whether it was resolved or not. So that is even worse than what I showed before. You may want that. For example, a certain condition, you'll be always getting the alert until that condition resolved. And that may be just someone switching a computer on. Use that option if absolutely important that the problem gets resolved. But that's your decision. Anyway, I'm going to keep it simple and put it back to the way it was before and be happy with that. Okay, so now remember, if you are assigning the default templates that you get in the system, and especially if you're assigning Windows by Zabbix Agent Active, you've got all the services discovery rules running, and you've got potentially 100 alerts coming out of that every day. So you will have to manage your triggers, especially when your templates are very concise and just monitoring everything. Anyway, excellent. I'm going to re-enable this trigger for all my hosts, and it's back to the way it was when I started this video. Excellent.